Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so before I get into this video, if you're already marking dates down for what games you want to go to, definitely go with SeatGeek if you want to go ahead and buy tickets for the games. SeatGeek is the actual app that I use anytime I'm buying tickets to any event. They have not given me any kind of a script or anything. SeatGeek is literally like heaven for buying tickets because it shows you what's good value. It shows you where you can get the best value in the stadium. Shows you like the view of what you'll have from where you're sitting. So I would definitely recommend it, and definitely use code Diggy when you're checking out. You'll get a percentage off and you'll help out the channel. All right, so I'm gonna start this video off first by looking at the home and away games. This is gonna be my early predictions. I know a lot of people will appreciate this video. A lot of people will look at this video and say I'm down on the Giants or I'm up on the Giants. There's always someone who disagrees with everything when you make these kind of prediction videos. But first, I'll start off looking at the home and away games because I think that matters where and when you play people. Home games, of course, we have our division games. I'm not going to go into that. Chicago Bears we get at home, which I think is a plus because I think that's a team that's around as good as we are. Detroit Lions we get at home. Same thing. It depends what their rookies do. I think we that gives us kind of a plus again. Carolina Panthers we get at home. Same thing, around as good as we are, and we get them at home. So that's a plus. Houston Texans, I think we're a better team than them, but the Texans last year put up some points. They surprised some people, but I still think we're a better team. So not a problem. I would have rather had them away just because it's a game that I think we win either way. But that's fine. Colts at home, I think that's going to help us. I think the Colts are a better team than us, but that can maybe even the playing field if MetLife turns into a home field advantage kind of stadium, but it never really does. Baltimore Ravens, we get at home. They're a better team than us. I don't see us winning either way, but it's good that we get our toughest game. Our toughest home game is the Ravens game. I would say our toughest game of the season is between the Ravens and the Packers, two really, really good teams. And the Packers we get in London, and the Ravens we get at home. So I think that's a win right there. We our two toughest games of the season, we don't have to play in their stadium. So that's a good idea. Not a good idea, but you get what I'm saying. It's good for us that we don't have to play our two toughest games in their stadiums. So next up, you got away games, and of course we are division games, but I'm not going to cover here. Packers, which I already went to, that's technically an away game, but it's also in London. So it's an away game for both teams. It's no real home field advantage. And I mean, the Packers could be more popular in London. The Giants could be more popular in London. There's no way to tell. Next, we got the Vikings away. That's a pick'em game. Jacksonville, I think we're a better team than them, but who knows? Trevor Lawrence might light the world on fire. Titans away. I think they're a better team than us. And the Seahawks away, I think we can be better than them, but it just depends on how they end up looking this year. So after I've gone over the home and away, let's look at week one. We go at the Titans September 11th, which is interesting because we usually would get a home game September 11th, but I'm not going to really dwell on that. It's just kind of strange to me. Anyway, September 11th, Tennessee Titans. The Giants will go down to Tennessee, and I think we're going to lose that game because Tennessee is a solidified team that consistently is up there in the mix for the playoffs. They're usually in the playoffs these last couple of years. They got coaching staff that has really been there. You know, their coaching staff has been there for a little while now, not forever, but they've been there a little while now. They've got consistency there, and the Giants coaching staff is still getting used to things. The players are still getting used to a new system. Unless we got a really great scheme and our players are really, far ahead and we're going to surprise people this year, I see the Giants losing this game one of the season. So you guys can let me know if you thought I got that right or wrong, as you can do throughout this entire video. But next, I'll go to week 2. So I have us starting off 0-1. Week 2 against the Carolina Panthers, September 18th. We get the Panthers at home. That's our home opener. And I think the Panthers are a team that we should be able to beat, especially at home. Week 1, we would have gotten our head bumped. We might have gotten blown out. We might have lost it in heartbreaking fashion. But week 2 is a game that we should win. I really think we should win this game. We got to, let these two guys out. If these two guys have great seasons, if both of these KTs have great seasons, the sky's the limit. So I'm hoping that one of these two steps up, make some game-changing plays. Carolina Panthers week 2, home opener, make the crowd is going to be going crazy because they're going to have Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal in Giant Stadium for the first time. You're going to have hopefully some pride and Daniel Jones and whoever comes back and a new system. Hopefully they show some flashes week 1 to really get that crowd pumped up for week 2. And I think we're going to win that game. We might even blow them out again. But I just think that's a game that we win. Week 3 against Dallas, Monday Night Football, Daniel Jones. Has he won a primetime game yet? I'm not sure. I don't think he has. And we've lost most of our games anyway, so it's funny to say that he's choking during primetime when he doesn't win regular games either. But Dallas, Monday Night Football, I'm going to say the primetime losing streak continues. Again, the continuity here, Dallas is a better team, a much better team. Our secondary will still be trying to gel at this point in the season because we lost Bradbury. We're still running a new scheme. Wink Martindale is determined to send the house and let these corners play man-to-man. And I just don't think they'll be completely locked in at this point. You got to have some shutdown guys. And I'm not sure if they'll be locked in. Dallas has a ton of weapons. They got Dak. I see Dallas winning this game. I don't know if it's a blowout. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we can compete, but I got Dallas winning this game. So far we're at 1-2. Going into week 4, Chicago Bears. I think we win this game. Justin Fields doesn't really scare me. I think Chicago is kind of in a transitionary period, kind of like we are, except maybe they're a little bit farther because they have their quarterback. But I think our team is a better team than Chicago Bears. And we're going to go out of week 4 winning that game. So I got us at 2-2 after October 2nd. And then week 5, we go to Green Bay. We don't go to Green Bay. We go to London to play against Green Bay. And I just don't have us winning that game. I just don't see it. Maybe Aaron Rodgers takes a step back. Maybe he struggles to kind of connect with the receivers he has there. Maybe it's a big storyline and he gives up on another coach again. Who knows? But I just don't see us winning this game. So starting off 2-3, then we look at Baltimore. I think that's 2-4 because we're coming all the way from London after getting beat down by the Packers. And we don't get a bye week, which I'm fine with because I would rather our bye week later on in the season anyway with the 17-week season, especially since we have so many young players on our team that aren't used to playing these long seasons. So I have us at that point, 6 weeks in? So yeah, 2-4. Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville, guys. Unless Trevor Lawrence really takes that next step, which this could be the Evan Ingram revenge game. You never know. Could be the Evan Ingram revenge game. But for now, I'm going to say that we end up being 3-4 going into Seattle. This is the soft part of our schedule. And guys, listen, this is my initial reaction. So logic might tell me something just by what the team looks like, but just looking at this schedule, this is my initial reaction to what I see on the schedule and what part of the year it is and where we're playing it. But going into Seattle, it looks like we're going in there at 3-4. The Seahawks, they just don't look like they have much talent to me. Right now, it just seems like they're dealing with some things. So after Seattle, I think we go into the bye week at 4-4. Going into week 9 is our bye. Take our bye week, come back November 13th. Houston Texans coming up. I think we win that game. That is at 5-4. I think week 11 we win. I think week 11 we beat the Detroit Lions. That will put us at 6-4. I think week 12, Daniel Jones steps up and wins his first primetime game on Thanksgiving. It'll be talked about on Undisputed for weeks, for at least a couple weeks after that Thanksgiving game, and Daniel Jones will get his flowers as he's finally arrived and he'll have a huge game. That's just my gut. That's what my gut is telling me. So after week 12, I have the Giants at, what is that, 7-4? So that 7-4 is 11. So yeah, we took a bye. So yeah, the Giants will be at 7-4 after week 12. So that is really optimistic. That is optimistic, and I really would have predicted us to have lost more games in this by this time in the season. But from what I see on the schedule, again, we can always drop a game. We can always drop a game. Anyway, week 12 finished at 7-4. So the Giants will be on an all-time high. Next, I have them losing to the Washington Commanders, going 7-5, December 4th, just because they'll be coming off of that high, and I think they'll just drop a game. Philadelphia Eagles, they're the Eagles. Who knows what they'll do? Maybe their team will be looking great. Maybe Jalen Hurts will be looking like a great quarterback. But I just have us losing this game. That's what my gut is telling me. So that puts us at 7-6. Commanders coming back up. I think we'll win that game. 8-6. And then right after that, you got the Vikings. I'm going to say we drop that game. I'm going to say Justin Jefferson destroys our secondary, and we go 8-7. The same thing with the Colts. I just think Matt Ryan in Week 17, he'll be probably pushing to get that Colts team into the playoffs. That'll put us at 8-8. And then in Week 18, with the Giants pushing to try to win a game to get that wild card spot against the Philadelphia Eagles, the Giants will, let's see, I got to think on this one. 8-8 going into Week 18. First of all, we would all be excited about that. We would all be excited. But I just think the Eagles will pull it out. It's just my gut. I don't see this team making the playoffs. So I'll say that the Giants go 8-9, which still kind of gives us a chance at making the playoffs. But until I see them prove that they can win these games in the clutch with everything on the line, I'm going to give it to the Eagles. They really put a nice team around Jalen Hurts. And, I mean, he's shown that he can make plays. If not, the Eagles will flop and they'll be picking a quarterback next year with us. So the Giants going 8-9. Didn't predict that. I would have picked somewhere between 6 and 8 wins. But as I see the schedule flowing and as I see how everything is, Giants are going to go 8-9. So you guys let me know what you think of this schedule. First of all, let me just say this. I should have said this earlier. This schedule is about 99% accurate as far as I'm sure that this is the real schedule. This is like everything on the schedule has like a verified source attached to it. So it should be legit, but there's a very small chance it's not. If it's not, I'll have to come out with another video. But from what I'm looking at, the Giants will go 8-9. So you guys let me know what your schedule predictions are. What are your games that you're planning to go to? What are the games that you're planning to, make sure you're in front of that TV and watch? Let me know. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.